friends, I wanted to show you what we're going to be doing for a pointillism picture today. So to start with, I have made an outline on my piece of paper. I've made mine pretty dark so you can see it, but you may choose to do this a little bit lighter so that you can just make the dots the star of your picture. Pointillism didn't just use dots. It took things a step further, and what it did was it combined colors. So if you think back all the way to the beginning of the year when we talked about mixing colors, how yellow and blue make green together, or how yellow and red make orange, you can kind of use some of those ideas to try mixing colors on your own and seeing if it works. The idea was that when you're far away, our eyes combine those teeny tiny dots into a new color. Pointillism worked a lot like your TV screen, actually. It just showed little tiny dots of color. And your TV screen or your computer, whatever, is made of pixels. And so those pixels are just tiny chunks of different colors. If you zoom in close enough, you'll see, especially on an older camera or an older computer or TV screen, if you were to zoom in close enough on those pictures, you'd see the actual squares of color. Pointillism was kind of doing the same thing just 100 years earlier. So I decided to draw a tree. There is a tree by my house right now that is really, really pretty. And I'm going to make my dots pretty big. I'm filling in my tree shape. And I did some brown. I'm going to go back and do some orange, because from far away, that's going to make it look a little bit like I've added some highlights to my tree. I want to add shapes that look like bark, so I'm going to add some black lines going up. And by adding my orange as well as my brown, it's going to make my tree look like an orangey brown color rather than just brown. And you want to try to fill in as much of your white spaces as possible. Now, when we were doing this in the classroom, what we would do is actually take a tile, like from your bathroom or a kitchen floor or counter, and use that to paint dots onto. And we actually, a lot of times, would use that as a Mother's Day gift. So this is a really cool craft if you want to do a Mother's Day thing. I'm choosing to use pencil right now because it's a lot less messy and I'm going to be able to show it to you a lot quicker. However, if you have a rock in your backyard and you have some paint that you know is okay to use, you could paint this on a rock. Again, I find small designs are a lot easier. So I'm doing a little bit at the bottom of my tree now, adding some wavy lines of dots in that black so it looks like I've got shadows. I'm going to add more brown, more dark brown around that. I'm going to have a darker brown. So I'm going to use that to kind of make it look like there's some shadowy parts in here. One of the things I want to challenge you with as you do this project is to use more than one shade of color if you have it. So not just practicing mixing those colors, but using light and dark versions of the same color to see how that makes your picture look. So I'm just going to keep filling in this tree. This is really, really soothing. If you're kind of having a rough day and you just need to calm down, this can be kind of a relaxing thing to do. My challenge for you is to fill up the whole page as much as possible. I'm adding some lighter orange in the part where I want it to look like it's a little bit lighter, parts away from that tree. So I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. I've started to fill in my tree, and you can see that I've been able to add details just by adding dots. I can add, these are sharp. I'm use a crayon for this. I can add some leaves. And if you looked at the picture by Georges Seurat that I put in the video, or the video is about, you're going to notice that he used a lot of different shades. So that's my challenge for you really as you're doing this even. Think about how you can use light spots and dark spots. That's how you're going to add texture to this picture. So you can see I've got some leaves going on there. And the further away from the picture you are, the further away the picture is from you, the more your eyes see a solid shape, a solid color. And it's only until you get close that you see the dots. So use whatever you can find. Your biggest challenge, make a picture out of dots. Bonus challenge, try to add color combinations from what we learned about mixing colors so that you can create a picture that fools the eye, and so that you can make a really cool pointillism picture. I cannot wait to see what you create. Have fun, third grade. I miss you a lot.